That $50.
I know.
Together.
It was tough. It was tough.
All right.
How big is this game? I mean, does it have that big game feel?
Yeah, I think it will for sure. It's a huge game for both teams, and certainly it doesn't necessarily put an exclamation point on where your season will finish based on the outcome, but it certainly, would benefit the one greatly, and at least put them in position to maybe play for something. Yeah, it's a huge game, and certainly one that probably fitting that both teams get a week off. So there's absolutely no excuses from anybody. Both teams have the ample time to prepare and everything. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Have you noticed it throughout this week? I mean, our guys turned up more?
I would say we had a good week of practice. You guys, I mean, I don't know that I want them totally jacked on Monday for a Saturday game, but we practiced Monday and Tuesday and yesterday, which is filmed, and then we'll practice hard today and tomorrow. So yeah, but we've had good workouts. So.
Are you hopeful for maybe good poise and a good start from your 4 starting freshmen?
Yeah, well, I'm always hopeful for us to get off to a good start, but yeah, it'll be a different feel for them. But they've experienced some of that, and at least Ochai and Quentin and Devon have. David really hadn't had a chance to experience much of it starting, but it'll certainly be a little bit different, and it'll be a great atmosphere, I'm sure. But that's, you come to places like this to play in big games, and this is obviously one of the biggest games that we've had in the regular season for a while, and it'll probably be the biggest game of our season, until Monday, so because obviously that 48 hours is going to be really important for our program and this particular team.
What is the key to survive in a stretch like that with 2 such important high-profile games?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll use the term survive, and it's probably a good way. The key to having success is, obviously the way at least we're approaching it, you worry about Saturday. You don't even think about Monday. You worry about Saturday, and then after Saturday's complete, then regardless of outcome, then you got to totally retool them, because we won't get back here till probably 2 in the morning. Isn't the game at 7?
7, yeah.
Yeah, so we won't get back here 7, 9, 11. Yeah, we'll probably get back here about 2 in the morning. And then you got a 30-minute prep day for K-State the next day, and we'll start worrying about that whenever the horn sounds in Lubbock, but not till then.
Have you seen anything different out of Tech the last 4 games, big wins, and all 4 of them?
I mean, they're just beating the crap out of people. They're blowing people out. It appears to me that they're more aggressive on the offensive end, as far as taking quick shots and more guys shooting threes. Francis has been on somewhat of a roll, and they're getting it from different people, and of course Mooney has been on fire since we played him. I think he was 5 for 5 one game from 3. And they still, boast probably the he or Jackson Hayes would probably be the highest drafted guys in our league if either one of them choose to come out. So yeah, they've got a good team, but defensively, what they hang their hat on, and it seems like to me they've been really turned up the last few games.
How do you guys play disruptive defense against Tech?
Well, we'll just do what we've been doing. I actually thought we guarded them really well the first time. I don't think that I don't want to say they didn't get comfortable, but we did a good job not letting them just do what they want to do. Teams that run true motion are the easiest to prepare for and the hardest to play, because it's hard to simulate reads. If a guy's piggybacking, you curl it. If it goes ball side, you bump and fade it. It's hard to simulate those type of deals in practice. So you think, well, we're just going to guard motion. Well, motion's the hardest thing to guard if you really know what you're doing. And they're getting better and better as the season goes on, and they know what they're doing. And so and that's a staple of their program. So we'll the biggest thing is you eliminate what you can eliminate, and you can eliminate transition. You can eliminate second chance opportunities. You can, play the scout report. You can do a lot of things that would put you in a better position, regardless of who you're playing. But it still comes down, you got to guard your man, and you got to really communicate defensively.
How's Marcus?
He was actually he went probably 50% of practice at a very, very slow pace on Monday. Tuesday he probably did 80% of practice, and probably at a better rate, but still not close to being ready to play in a game. So yesterday was off, and so I'm anxious to see how he does today. Hopefully he can have a good day today and trust it a little bit. But right now I think it's as much trust as anything. It's hard for him to be able to explode off his left ankle.
Will you let it go all the way to game time decision?
I can tell you right now, my decision is that he's going to be available. Okay. Now, whether or not I play him or not, okay, I don't know. So it'll be a game time decision on his usage, but it won't be a game time decision on whether it suits up. At least that's how I see it right now.
Are there certain physical things you'll be looking for these next 2 days from him, or like things he can do, just in terms of knowing, okay, that he is maybe trusting it a little bit more? Yeah.
There's some, playing off 1 foot. Guys play off 2 feet, and some guys play off 1. He's a 1 foot player, and it's his left foot, and so him being able to play off of that, I think, will be a determining sign. And as of yesterday, he could not, or the day before yesterday, he could not.
Last year's game in Lubbock, what do you remember? Was that one of the finest moments of an individual player? Yeah,
that's when Devontae locked up Player of the Year in the league. He was great, and we win the game. And, I don't know what we win the game by. 4 or whatever it was, and the reality of it is he scored about 8 or 10 points in the second half that were just him. Making unbelievable plays, and so we're going to have somebody else do that as well. When you play really good defense, you got to rely on players to go make individual plays, and Devontae did that for us last year.
Can the things that made Dietrich so effective in the first matchup be replicated in the second?
Well, yeah, I hope so. But I also know that they watched the first game too, so they'll make adjustments on how they want to do different things. And so, it'd be interesting to see how Chris does that. But we played 4 guards the entire time the first game, and we're gonna definitely try to play 2 bigs this game. So it'll be a little bit different for both of us.
Is there anything to be made about Doak not in street clothes the last game? Just he had to warm up on instead of jeans and a shirt or whatever.
I would say probably laundry.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day. He said he'll make a comeback only this year. No. He's out until June. He is out. So no, there's I guess maybe a laziness. Coming over here and not getting his laundry done. I don't know, but yeah, there's nothing with that concerning playing at all. Well, you guys don't miss anything.
Hey, Coach, I know you guys have suffered some big injuries. I know Duke did last night in Kentucky with Reed Travis. Yeah. I don't know how long they're out or what the situation is, but when you go into a season with such high expectations and you lose guys like that, is it, I don't know, not demoralizing, but is it frustrating or?
Yeah,
do you have to?
I can't speak to other situations. Yeah. But from what I understand, those other situations are very, and hopefully so, short-lived. Yeah. So it's not like, it's not like that's as near as big a deal as season ending or 3 or 4 weeks. So let's not even try to confuse those two. But for those particular moments in those games, yeah, it can be demoralizing for a team, without question. But I can't speak to that it was or wasn't. I have no idea, and I didn't even watch the game last night. I was out. So it's and how he's injured is ridiculous. That's I've never seen that before. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that before. So that's a freakish and flukish thing. But certainly hope they're both fine. Nobody wishes that on anybody, but it's let's not get them confused. 1 or 2 games is not season ending, you know, and certainly that's a whole different deal.
In the road game, Bill, that at Fort Worth, does that change the perspective of hitting the road again for this team after having finally some confidence and some good things happening?
I think that we'll be more confident going there because we won at TCU. I would agree with that, Kevin. You know, our road record stinks. You know, we're 2-6 on the year, and of course we played some good road teams, but you know, other teams in our league have played good road teams too, and they've had more success. And so yeah, we need to go take our act on the road and play at a very high level. And even if you do that, it doesn't guarantee winning the game by any stretch. But certainly it puts you in a position where you're in the game, and that's what we certainly believe and hope we can be in Saturday.
What's your thoughts of the league and the league race as it stands right now?
Well, I think it's crazy. I thought it was even crazier when Baylor went up to and won at Ames. You know, it just that's the question right there is Mason. You know, what about they've had Mason the last 4 games, the last 3 games, Baylor? I mean, that's the question. You know, they could easily be leading the league. You know, when you have an injury significant enough for guys to miss 4 or 5 games or whatever it is. But I thought I didn't watch the game, but you know, obviously Baylor's got a very good road record. I thought that was a tremendous win, and what it does, it puts 5 teams in the mix that basically have a shot. Has a shot. Now things have to go perfect for teams to go ahead and finish, and because I don't think my personal opinion is, obviously 4 would probably 4 will win it. I mean, that's obvious, because even if K-State were to lose another game, they still tie for the championship if they don't lose again. I mean, that's a given. So 4 is a guarantee to win it, or at least tie for it. And 5 could be a reality as well. You just don't know. But certainly, if 5's a reality, then you got 5 teams with a chance to win it. But K-State's still way in the driver's seat right now, and they deserve to be. They've also they've played. I think they got Baylor at home, and of course they come here, but they've already played twice, if I'm not mistaken, against Iowa State and Tech, and so if you look at it, everybody in that top 5, so to speak, each has like 2 games left with each other. But that's probably not going to determine it. What'll determine it is how everybody does against everybody else, because everybody else can beat everybody too. So
there's always that talk of each team not wanting to be the team that ends the streak. How has this team and your young guys, how have they handled it from the mental side of that?
I have not brought that up one time.
No,
not one time this year. We have with more experienced teams brought it up, but I haven't even brought that up. I think all that would just be add some pressure to do. Sure. Hey, we're injuries are never excuses. They're not. So let's not go into that. But I think the young kids are doing pretty good considering who we're not playing with. So there's no reason to add any more pressure to what they're doing.
And Bill, this is big picture. Obviously, the rise in threes in college game has kind of changed how a lot of people see offense. For defense, is it the same way? Do you have to do different things with principles or not, or has it affected much?
I think you got to do a better job, and we don't do a great job with this, but I think you got to do a better job in many ways defending the 3. But a lot of it is philosophy and how you think things should be defended. My personal opinion is I'm not as big on 3-point field goal percentage as I am field goal percentage as a whole. Mm-hmm. But when you start and break it down, and your effective field goal percentage is probably the most important thing, because obviously you go 2 for 6 and shoot 33%. That's the same as going 50% from 2. So it's obviously important, and we're a team that has had more 3s shot against us than most teams in the league, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right, Jess?
Yeah.
Because that's not something that I've always emphasized. Make them put it down. In large part because we don't have shot blockers behind. So we're still, although we like the pressure, don't get me wrong, but we're still more of a containment type deal, but I've never been comfortable just running at guys. Because I always thought that put your big guys at risk. But you know, as you continue to move forward, obviously our team's probably doing more of that than we used to, but we should probably even continue to do more to be more aggressive in that regard. But 3-point field goal percentage is also a little misleading defensively, because it depends on who you're playing too. And so when you look at 3-point field goal percentage, defense or offense, look at just in conference games. Don't look at non-conference games, because the non-conference games skews it in a way that it's hard to compare apples and oranges, in my opinion. And we played enough conference games that you can get a true indication on where teams are on both ends after 13 games.
Anything else?